Salabana guys, I hope you're all doing so well. I welcome you all to today's episode, and we are still continuing with our free conversations. And specifically on today's video, we're just gonna look at obviously everything that has to do with black liberation, black struggle. We want to talk about whatever that's gonna emancipate the minds of our black people, whatever that's gonna actually liberate, or that's gonna actually change the perspective about black people, and something that is gonna also change the way as black people think. That's the purpose of this channel, which is our free conversations, guys. So specifically for today, I'm just gonna delve deeper into the concept of bantu education. What is bantu education? Who came with it? What caused it? And its effect even today. I do this video because I saw like the effects of bantu education. We are still feeling them even today. We still feel them so much in our education system and in the minds of our black people. So I'm just gonna literally go through general bantu education and touch there and there on the internet, and literally just read some of the extracts from different people, guys, just to provide with more clarity to this issue of bantu education and how is it affecting us as black students or black learners here in South Africa in today's time. So before I start, guys, don't forget to subscribe, like and share, and don't forget to comment, share your views with regards to today's topic on the comment section. I would love to engage with you guys on the comment section. So now, through the teachings of obviously Imboni Yakwanto, Imboni, Dr. Uzula Sakhatebe, we are able to navigate around some of these issues of bantu education and many other issues that are still affecting black people mentally. So through teachings of Imboni, we are able to see now, we are able to navigate through many things or many issues that are affecting black people in general. So before I start, I'm just gonna read a particular text on a post actually on Facebook by a lecturer, a sociology lecturer at UKZN currently. His name is Dr. Petro Mzeleni. I'm just gonna read what he said about bantu education on his Facebook post. It reads as follows: ask your children, friends, or students to download, read and write a review of the original copy of the 1950 Group Areas Act and 1953 Bantu Education Act, because I see that we live amongst people who think apartheid was some minor earthquake event that hit for 20 seconds and ended. So Africa here, Petro Mzeleni, Dr. Petro, is saying kuti we should not think ukuthi bantu education just came as an earthquake and ended just in 20 seconds, which means he basically means kuti we still have those effects of apartheid even today in our education system, both in higher education and in high schools and primaries. So it was not just an earthquake in G of 20 seconds, but instead, even today, we are still experiencing apartheid here in South Africa. So we're just gonna delve deeper into such concepts. So Africa here was explaining Koti. Read the Group Areas Act, which we're gonna talk about in the next video. But today, just gonna consider today only Bantu Education Act. So we're just gonna outline some of the things that are happening today that were caused by Bantu Education Act. I'm just gonna give you some analysis, general analysis that everyone can see into this world. What are those things that are causing us as black people to continue being oppressed educationally? So let us start with our video. Boom. So Bantu Education Act, guys, is an act that was passed in the parliament by the Department of Education during the time through Verwoerd. Verwoerd was is the architect of apartheid. King Hendrik Verwoerd. Yeah. So in 1953, Hendrik Verwoerd passed this act. It should be implemented by the Department of Education. The reason why we had bantu education is because in the 1930s, our people were forced to attend missionary schools, or schools that were actually controlled by missionaries. Those schools are like, it's like a church and a school wherein they teach you about the European culture, they teach you about the Christianity in general, and they teach you just small things that do not matter for black liberation couple, continuity of life couple, for economic reasons. They just teach you about Christianity and what matters for them to colonize you as a black child. So it's those schools that have got churches, missionaries in them. So most of black people did not want to attend those schools in the 1930s, most of them. And in 1952, in the parliament, there was a commission of some sort, and those people decided to come up with the Bantu Education Act. Each and every black child must go to school, must be involved under this act, the Bantu Education, which means each and every black children, which means in 1949 in South Africa we experienced, or it was the start of what? Apartheid. What is apartheid in general is racial segregation, which means separation of black students and white students, or separation of non-whites against whites, literally. So now, in 1953, this act was passed, and Verwoerd himself mentioned Kuti, in all these schools, black learners will learn about needlework, or needle. He said Kuti, black students will learn about needlework, handcraft, planting, arithmetic, Christian religion. Means those were subjects, literally. There's no science there, there's no pure mathematics there, there's no like accounting, or those things that are in the corporate space. Which means they're gonna learn about planting. We're going to the school to learn about needlework, handcrafting, or those kind of things that are small, those kind of jobs that you find by the bus's house. Which means those subjects were meant for you to understand what is 1 plus 1 as a black student, which is arithmetic. Like then needlework, like when bus afuna ukuthi wenze umusi wakhe, you know how to do those things. When a bus needs someone to clean their garden, there's a garden boy who went to school to know about gardening. When a missus want our mothers to wash their clothes, they know they can hire them and give them a few cents. That's how the education, or the Bantu education, was created. It was actually created. Another reason was that in those times, when I think we were actually taught on how to work for bars and misses when they went to their workplace. That's the basic reason why we have Bantu education, because a black student does not deserve to learn about accounting, science, what is mathematics, what is theorem of Pythagoras, what is those things, all of those things confer. A black student or a non-white person was denied access to such subject, and that is racial segregation. That is part of apartheid, because root of apartheid is racial division, and this bantu education, it was a racial segregation, racial division between non-whites and whites. Hence, white people had their own education system, and black people, we had our own education system on the other side. Even today, in 2024, there's still white education that is so expensive and black education that is so cheap, and we do not have quality education even today. But white people right now, 2024, still have got that quality education, which is private schools. Even in the universities, there is black people were hindered to even go to universities. They mentioned we do not deserve to be in the universities. That's what they mentioned in the apartheid. That's how bad this bantu education is in the current moment for black people. I will just mention a few examples. What is it that is affecting us even today, that is still affecting us even today, that was caused by this Bantu Education Act in 1953. So now, this act, it was made to govern black students here in South Africa. And if you can go through if you can Google, like, what were the disadvantages of Bantu education, and they say, Bantu education degenerated black people's history, culture, and identity. It promoted myths and racial stereotypes in its curricula and textbooks. Come on, this Bantu education did not teach us about our own culture, history, and identity. It taught us about the myths and racial stereotypes. Indoda must do this, then UCC must choose. This Bantu education made us to have rules. Like, a man must do gardening, a woman must wash clothes of bars and madam. Then Ubaba must clean the garden of Ubas and must wash the car of Ubas. Then our mothers, like, there was that separation between racial stereotypes. Like, white people are the best, Jews are the ones who are meant to learn mathematics and sciences, and black people are just only meant to learn about needlework, those kind of things, those kind of minor jobs that are needed to be done for bars and madam in their homes. That is racial stereotype. Black people are meant for this kind of jobs, and white people are meant for this sophisticated good jobs that pays them well. That's how this Bantu education was bad, and is still bad even today, because it's still here. But I will explain why I say still here. Bantu education, it is more advanced right now, or it is now, like, it's there, but not. Its ugly head is not yet visible to the ground, or it's not yet. It's not that much visible. It's ugly head, and we don't learn about our culture, our identity. We learn about Christianity. They enforce Christianity in our schools. Like, you need to read the Bible before you go home. You need to pray this Christianity God or whatsoever. It enforced Christianity in its curricula. And those myths, yeah, most guys, I think our parents will tell us much more better, because they were involved in that education during that time. So I wish we can literally get, like, our parents to explain to us what did they learn. Maybe they will provide us with more clarity to this Bantu education, bad Bantu education. Yeah. So as we move forward, regards to Bantu Education Act, it actually denied black people access to same educational opportunities and resources enjoyed by whites. Even if you can check the infrastructure of black can say black schools or schools in townships today. If you can check the infrastructure in township schools vis-a-vis suburb or town schools is different. These ones in town and suburbs are more advanced than those ones in their location, even in terms of capacity, space, everything. A township school is inside is so small than those ones in town. The infrastructure, the quality of classes in township is very bad. Our classes are very bad. They are not in good conditions. And while in terms of population, we are mainly in township, and our classes are so small, and in the town or suburbs, the population there is so small of students, but their classes are so big. Even the capacity of the school size in general is so big in suburbs and towns, but in our townships it's so small, but we are so many. That's so ironic, guys. Even you can check out, like, that's how separation, that is how bantu education has affected black people, even in the universities. For example, there's this university in the Free State, Central University of Technology, CUT. In 2004, it became CUT in 2004. It has got two campuses right now, which is Velkom campus and Bloemfontein campus. CUT is a technical in the Free State. Then before 2004, a campus in Velkom, it was black owned. It was called the Vista University, and the campus in Bloemfontein of CUT today was called, before 2004, the Technicon of the Free State. The Technicon of the Free State. In 2004, they merged and formed CUT. Today, if you can check the development in terms of those two campuses, the one in Velkom that was previously black owned, that was called Vista, is underdeveloped, and the one in Bloemfontein that was Afrikaner owned, that was which was called the Technicon of the Free State, today is developed more than this one in Velkom, here in the Free State. That's how apartheid has affected black people in all institutions of higher learning. Former black institutions are less developed or are underdeveloped more than those ones that are former white or Afrikaner only institutions. And it is not because of we are incompetent as black people, but it is because of it is the will of the oppressor, of the whites, to keep us underprivileged, or to keep us not educated, or to keep us not liberated or not emancipated as black people. Today, our students are failing mathematics. Why? One of the reasons why our black students are still continuing failing mathematics, it is because Verwoerd mentioned that black students are not fit enough to learn mathematics. In those times, bantu education, we're told that black people are not fit enough to learn about mathematics and sciences. Hence today, even accounting, our students are still failing mathematics, sciences, accounting, and those subjects that are very critical in the workspace. We are still failing them even today. There's a study of the release of matric certificates in 2022, and it was mentioned that 77% of learners achieved less than 50% in maths in 2021 matric final examinations. Which means less than 77% of learners achieved less than 50%. Imagine, less than level 4, 77% of learners got less than level 4 in mathematics, means level 3 downwards. Just imagine 77% of the whole of South African students, black and white, or like all of them, included. And Yokuti, we are the majority tanker. We received 77% of us got level 4 downwards, less than 50%. You can imagine that. That is because of what? We were not allowed to do maths in those times. Which means the white men poured this poison into our heads. We are not capable enough to do mathematics. We are dumb. We are so irrelevant. We are not geniuses. We are not fit enough to do mathematics. Hence, they did not allow us to do maths in that time. Which means they poured this poison into our minds to believe it. And we did believe it. We did believe it, because even today, we are still complaining that maths is difficult as black students. Our parents, when you pass maths in the township, you are a god. Our parents, they refer to you as you are a genius when you pass maths with level 5, level 6. Simple. You're regarded as a genius. Why? Because this thing was implanted in our heads. Black students are not meant to do mathematics because they are dumb. Which means when you pass maths with higher marks, you are regarded as a god in our townships. Which means our parents today don't even want us to do mathematics. They think maths is very difficult. Instead, what they do, we do mathematical literacy today. We do maths lit instead of mathematics. This thing was planted in our heads in those times. Maths is difficult for black people, and black people must never do mathematics in their lives. Even today, that mentality is still here. We are still saying maths is difficult because of the people who said it over vote in 1953. They said that in 1953, and we believed it. That's the problem with black people. You can't allow their vote to dictate. Mathematics is difficult for black people. We're not fit enough to do mathematics. We cannot allow that to happen. Maths is very simple, and our parents will stop discouraging our black learners from not doing mathematics. All black students must do mathematics. Maths is very easy. It's just the mentality that was put into our minds by the vote in 1953. We are more than capable as black students, and we are so much brilliant more than those white people. We are so much brilliant more than white people. We are the ones who came up with mathematics, with the concept of mathematics. Mathematics was derived here in Africa before the white men invaded our continent. We are the ones who came up with this concept of mathematics, Pythagoras and whatsoever, this theorem of Pythagoras. Those things were stolen from us. Hence today they call both theorem of Pythagoras by their names. Newton's laws. We know those things. We knew those things before they were even born. Newton, all of those geniuses, you consider them today. We are the ones as Africans who came up with these theories. All of them, we know everything they think they came up with. White people never discovered anything. We are the ones who came up with everything we see in this world, because we are the firstborns of this world. We came up with everything we can think about today that is being used in our curriculum in mathematics, sciences, and accounting, and whatsoever. So let's not be inferior, and let us rise and fight for our country to come back and for our continent to be liberated. Let us all be liberated, and let us not just develop self-hatred. Let's fight for freedom of our minds. We are more than capable as black students and Africans in particular. Thank you very much, guys, for watching this video. Until in the next video of where we will talk about the Group Areas Act, the real apartheid. Thank you very much. Enjoy the day.